What's going on? Wholeness, man. Welcome to the Wise and Wise podcast. And today I want to talk about as simple as things need to be said about how the matrix actually works. So when we pass over to the next iteration of our existence, there's two ways, and I know there's a theory going around, and I feel like a lot of people have heard about it, the theory of going towards the light and not going towards the light. So the theory is when we pass over, there's a light. And I feel like I know that I just keep going to the motherfucking light. And the reason why is going to be very simple. So the matrix is comprised of nothing but our light and energy. Us as beings, we are constantly evolving, and we're constantly an energetic vortex, internally and externally. So when we pass over, the reason we go towards that light is because the matrix has programmed us so much that we think that that's us, that's where we need to go and what we need to do. So we keep reincarnating here over and over and over again and fueling the matrix every time we go towards that light. And all the light is the matrix programming us, is literally all it is. So we go towards that light because we don't know ourselves. We keep coming here over and over, and our ego, the duality of this dimension, is still intact in us because that's all we know. That's why so much stuff here is programming. It's all about programming our minds, our subconscious. That's all it's about, because we don't get to know self, and we think we are the system. So when we get past that, when we get past this iteration of life, don't go towards the motherfucking light. But you have to do things here now to not come back here, to not reincarnate and fuel the system with our energy. That's all it is. Light code lockdown is them programming us. The matrix is them programming us with the energy of Maya, which is impermanence and duality and egoic things. Programming us to keep fueling the system over and over and over again, because they're using our light as it to fuel the system. So that's the biggest thing. That's all the matrix is. That's why so much shit is going against us as beings, because at the end of the day, that's how it operates. It operates from us. We keep it going. So it's like, when you look at it in that aspect, you can't really judge it. You have to accept it. Like, I'm here to overcome those things and not come back here. This is the ultimate training grounds, bro. This is where we actually, because no other dimension is like this. For example, it's like no other dimension of us, our beings, we can experience duality. We can experience stuff. We can experience. Okay, put it like this. We are comprised of unconditional love. That's naturally our being. So for us to transform on the other side, we have to experience the opposite of that, because we won't be able to experience it anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So basically, the matrix it's literally a system. It is a energetic system that uses our light our energy, our souls, to keep the program going. Because without that, that's why it's so important to see beyond the 3D, this dimension of duality, this dimension of materialistic shit, because it's not like that on the other side. Like, we're here to experience it, but we're not here to be it. You know what I'm saying? Everything here is dualistic. Our minds, male, female, every single thing that we go through here has a dualistic nature. But we, as soul beings, are not comprised of duality. We are one. We are centered in the heart. That's why the heart is so important. That's why unconditional love is so important. We're here to experience conditional love. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible because it can get very complex, especially if you're trying to explain one thing. You have to go on a whole spiel. So, to keep it simple, the Matrix is a program, basically. The Matrix is a program for our souls to experience this reality. However, we fuel the Matrix. That's why people are not aware of themselves subconsciously, so they keep going to the light and they keep on doing the same thing over and over and over. Keep reincarnating over and over and over again. You may ask, well, how do we not go to the light? Become conscious. Become aware. Escape this reality that is made and created to experience, to evolve. And a lot of people are so programmed that they're not here, they're not evolving here. So they're going to keep on doing it over and over and over again. It's only a certain amount of beings who are able to reach an enlightened state, a fearless state, to where they don't go towards that light. They're aware, like, okay, I don't want to do that shit again. I want to evolve. I want to evolve outside of the third dimension. And that's why we have to come here and we have to do this shit. This shit is not the end. This is the damn near the beginning. Once you're aware here now that all the Matrix is a stage in my evolution for me to evolve outside of materialistic, man-made things. You're like, okay, what is the purpose for all human beings? Because I don't like sitting there saying, because even if I'm like, I'm the chosen one, that's separation. That's, I'm better than you, I'm worse than you. No, that's playing back into this dimension. We all have a purpose to evolve our souls. Yeah, there's entities, there's things here that are just taking us outside of our natural state of being, which is unconditional love. And you can't sit there and judge that, because that's still playing into the Matrix. Judging, like you're better or you're worse, judging, good or bad, judging, all that judgment shit is playing into the Matrix. And that's what everything here is designed to do, for you to stay in the Matrix and continuously go back to that light and continuously think that you are just a body. For you to think there's nothing else after this. For you to fall the victim of duality and ego and low vibrational things, because you haven't reached a state to where you can see that all this is just a game. Are you going to beat the game, or are you going to come back and restart the motherfucking game because you keep fucking losing? Type shit. It's the training grounds, bro. Like, lock in. Everything here has a purpose. And what's our purpose? To evolve our souls. We can't do that in any other dimension, because there's no other dimension like the third dimension. Because because this dimension is between the lower and the higher. It's the middle ground. It's the grounds where we can actually experience the opposite of us. Maya is an illusionary energy that is comprised of impermanence and egoic and duality. That's all this is. So, if that matrix has you programmed to this reality, you will continuously come back here and keep doing it. Because you're so programmed, you don't even know yourself. You don't even know self. You don't even know self. So you take the matrix as self and you keep on coming here, unconsciously going towards that light over and over and over again. And that gives me personally a sense of patience with myself, because it's like, I'm here to accomplish something that, for me to evolve, and me being aware of certain things, I see that not everyone has the willpower, has been here many of times to be aware of knowing that I'm still the system. The system still has me. How many times are we going to go over? And that's why every single thing here is to program us. Every single thing. Because we are fueling the matrix. That's all it is. That's all the matrix is. That's all this reality is. Because if we go beyond the veil of what we see and what we hear, you see that there's no other way for it to go other than us being the strength behind the matrix. So it's all about evolving, man. It's all about evolving. However you can do that. But no one is going to come to save you. Your purpose here is to save yourself. I can't save you. I can't. I'm planting seeds. That's all I can do. It's not my job to watch it nurture. It's my job to watch it blossom. You feel me? So, at the end of the day, it comes down to if your soul is ready for that. And a lot of people's soul aren't ready. They said 144,000 go to heaven. And that's metaphorical for a beyond where we're at. Heaven and hell are states of mind. So if I reach heaven here, it is beyond the veil of physical. That doesn't mean when you pass here, no matter what you do, you're going to be in heaven. If you believe in a deity that walked like me and you did, that was teaching spiritual wisdom and evolution and stuff to escape the matrix. It's beyond that. It's beyond believing. It's a sense of knowing, like, I know what I have to do here. And whether you're ready for that or not, I can't decide that for you. But at the end of the day, we can't judge the matrix as a bad thing or a good thing. It is experience that we must experience to evolve. That's it. It's not negative, because if you think about it, everything here is to program us to keep fueling the matrix and come back over and over and over again. You can't judge shit like this. This is beyond judgment. This is beyond this reality. It is universal. It is, you just can't judge things when our main purpose here is to evolve. The matrix is not going nowhere, but the beings that can get out of that, which is our sole purpose, some sole purposes, is to not keep becoming unconscious, is coming back here over and over again, not going towards that light. Because think about it, when we see lights, when we see flashy things, we want that. It's our ego, it's the material realm. That's all that light is. It's materialistic things. So if we're so programmed to material stuff in our ego, we're going to keep going towards there. We're so unconscious of it, we are going to keep on going that way. I know when I see something flashy, when I see a nice watch, I fall into the victim of materialistic shit. But if you're so designed in that, you're unconsciously programmed to keep fueling the matrix. And that's why every single thing here is about programming. And you can't fault the matrix for that. You have to only fucking fault yourself at the end of the day. There's nothing the matrix is doing to affect us. There is, but also in the aspect of being all-knowingness beings that we are, nothing can stop you. Nothing. And I didn't learn this from no fucking body. This is a universal download I got off the rip, off the strength of, tapping in. I can't tell you who told me this, because if everything is comprised of everything, I am everything. Nothing external has value to me. Everything is within me. Everything is within you. Everything is within everything. There's nothing new under the sun. We are here for a purpose, to evolve. Either you're going to consciously be ready for that evolution, or consciously not. Even subconsciously, 90% of this life is subconscious. And that also goes into, you're so unconscious when you go into that light. Because our subconscious is not something we think about. It's something that's already programmed in us in a certain way. So they're subconsciously, and I say they as the ones that put us here. I don't even like using those terms, because at the end of the day, you chose it, I chose it. But this reality is comprised of certain energies that want you to come back. So you are fueling the system. So you're so unconscious when you pass over. For one, you don't know yourself, because you're so programmed subconsciously that you didn't find yourself when you were here. So you're doing it again. You're coming back. You have no consciousness. You have no spiritual awareness to not go that way. And an image that just stays in my head since I fucking figured this shit out is souls just continuously, there's two paths, right? Souls just going in and in and in of light, and very minimal amount of beings are going the other way, because they chose to evolve when they were here. And it's like, you can look and you can see, and it's like,